Traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. Ladies and gentlemen, we are down today, down to 13.14. I had a very ambitious goal this year of not having any red days, and it did not last long, man. Day number 3, here we are, slightly red. And I did not trade well today. I'm not really proud of my trading today. I want to believe I could have done much better, especially on HKD position. Let's jump to positions here. That way we don't have to go through too many. HKD was an incredible stock pre-market, and then into the open we had the exact kind of follow through we wanted to see. This thing went from 16 up to 35, 37. It was an incredible move. And I'm down $400 with my small size. It's ridiculous. It should never have happened. My first loss came from a dip and rip out of a resumption. We were halted up at 9:30. We resume. We do get the dip. I'm in. Nothing is happening. We then come down some more. Usually when we're getting the dip and rip, once we dip and we come down, it's immediate the bounce. So we make new lows, I sell, I take a bit of a loss, and it does eventually curl back up, but the way how it does it, I'm chopped out of the trade. I do not buy the bids in this situation. There were 50-cent spreads, so I did get in very high, 50 cents versus the market price, or let's say versus the bid price. And, it pulls back. So I think on the first trade, we took about $1 a share loss, maybe. So we took a decent sized loss, which wasn't good. And then it does give the move. So from there, we kind of moved up. But, the best thing for me on this stock would have been, the 5-minute pullbacks. And they didn't really start coming in and being very good up until the high of day break and the push through, what was that, $20. Right, so over this blue line here, 2023, this is when we really started having, well, let's not say 20. What was this area here? 21, 22. This is where I think it got a little bit more clean. These two pullbacks right here. This one right here, which I was in and sold. I mean, I can't believe I made, this is disappointing. It is disappointing to know that I made this mistake today. Yesterday on KALA, I played it so well. It's the same exact trade. And, I fell victim today to a bit of an, if you want to say, quick flush, micro flush, which, happens when you're in these trades holding longer. You see the micro flushes, but they come to kind of shake you out. You got to hold through, and then you get that nice curl, and then you get the ascension. Yesterday, the micro flush came. I mentioned it. Hey, this looks like it's just coming to get people out of the trade before the move. It happens here. I stop out. Poor stop. And I take myself out of this beautiful trade, and then it completely takes off right here. So that was not good at all. We had a push to 22.80, then 91, 25, and then 25.50. That would have been a great trade, at least $1 a share. We had small size, but still, like, the concept of the trade is what was important and necessary, right? So we had another pullback. Let's see, did I capture trades in here? I can't remember if I captured trades in here. Let's put on the show trades, actually. Now that I'm thinking. Did I capture trades? I'm in at 81. We had a loss here. We had a loss on this area here. Right, so that wasn't good. And then scratch trades there. So yeah, and then after that we kind of let it go. And it did its thing. I thought it was on the backside down here, by the way. It did crawl back up. But at that point, I was down. I'm like, you know what, man? I'm not going to keep pushing it. These stocks are not for scalping. They're for holding longer off the pullback entries. And, the volume profile down here is not bad, right? On this, in terms of 5-minute pullbacks, right? This is not terrible volume profile, but the pullback here is so huge that, we come back below the VWAP. It doesn't look quite good. I'm leaving this thing alone. So this particular area here would have been hard for me to get valid entries with the type of style I'm looking for in terms of pattern and these type of things. Here it's a little bit better, right here in this range. But you know, sometimes you are watching multiple stocks, these kind of things. You gotta dial in on one stock to really, you know, get to see these entries early and you know, be in where you need to be in. So that was HKD. ABVC, the other one that we were trading. This one was something else, man. Halts, Halt Central. The first dip and rip that we attempted was no good. We took a scratch trade there. And let's bring this one here over to let's bring this over. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so this thing, you know, curls up, pushes off of this red to green, and we had a bunch of. If we look at it on E-Trade, all my E-Trade is close. You'll see it a little bit better, right? But yeah, you know, few halts, and you know, I kind of wanted to see something with more candlesticks, man. Not really getting to get fully dialed and connected to the stock, but you know, we still made something. We did have some losers here and there, but overall, and it's small green on it. This stock, I didn't like the fact that you know, the bids, well, let's not say the bids, but because of volatility, how fast it would come down when it decided to come down. You know, let's say we're at like you know, 180, 190, yeah, let's say 180. You know, we'll drop down to 172, 168, like very, very quickly. I just didn't really like this. So there's a lot of volatility. You know, we're pushing, what, 2 million shares of volume on a 1 minute candle, okay, but I feel like the downside risk was just as high as the upside potential in a lot of ways when it comes to the price action. There was a great trade here for the 5 minute pullback that I did not take. I should have took it. I should have took this trade. I did see it. I did recognize it. I saw it early enough to be in. And this was at 59 right here. First 5 minute candle to make the new high. There was an entry at 59, 60, 61, 62, that bit of a range. And it curled up nicely. But I needed to be in early so I could hold and let the stock do its thing. Instead, I'm in a little later, higher. I'm in at 65 originally. There's a big seller there, 50,000 shares. So I get back out. It does break. I buy back. And we got a small winner over the high. But we should have been in at 59 right here. We would have stopped at like 55. The low of the pullback was 53. Yeah, so we kind of botched. This was our own fault. We botched this. This should have been a good 15 cent winner minimum. Because 59, we got into the halt up to 76. You know, so let's say 10 cents. 10 cents winner. Yeah, but after that, this one was on the backside. And then OBLG, not much here. I attempted the 1 minute candle to make the new high, and you know, can we hold was this a dip trade? It might not have been. OBLG, anyhow, it's not much. This one did sell off, right? And then lastly, we had ATNF. I should have been way more green on this stock, man. I was using a smaller size, but even with my smaller size, because of the volume was light, there was a slight spread. You know, mentally, from how I traded and then looked at this thing, I thought it was like, yes, you know, here we go. Here we go, right? That's what I thought. Look down at my P&L, nothingness. So, you know, it lets me know that the fills weren't the best that I had gotten. And, hold up, let's pull this over here. Yeah, the fills weren't the best, and we could have definitely done a little bit better in terms of maybe getting in and just holding a bit. Why is it looking like this? Sold off quite a good amount. Yeah, but this one was decent. You know, this ascension over here is where we really kind of got dialed in. I guess I was on the phone as well, which was another thing. But you know, grateful to be green. Made some. Usually, I have a rule of no trading whilst being on the phone, but today, you know, I had a great conversation. And did take a few trades as this one moved up. But yeah, it was good. You know, we got a nice pullback here. I did get caught in on a bigger flush right here. In at 16. Was it this candle? Somewhere I got caught on one bad trade. But anyhow, you know, scalping, taking a couple of cents here and there. as it moved higher. In terms of setups, so we had a bit of a cup and handle, right? It's a little hard to see, but we had a high of 538. We pulled back. We then get a new high in 555. So if you want to say this is the cup right here, it kind of is, right? Look at this area here as the cup, and then a handle going across like that, right? So you got the U shape in there, and then in fact this is a great place to use this. I forgot I had this app to be honest. Where is it? And we're gonna pop up. Come on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this will be better for the drawing, but yeah. So we had a nice, cup right here, and then handle, and then follow through. The only bad thing is that, the way how the breakout happened, it was off of this lighter volume. So right before it started taking off, it was very hard to tell if it really wanted to do something. We had this bottoming wick VWAP, yes, but this volume was just dying out to where it's like, you're falling asleep. So you really have to be attentive. If not, you might have missed the early entries. But yeah, so that's what really happened in terms of setups, right? A, B, C, D. Well, rather cup and handle, pull away, pull back right here, and then new highs before coming down. So this one was pretty good. But yeah, that'll do it for the recap. Not much else to go over. We're down $200. Tomorrow we should definitely have a much better day. Wildcard Friday. Same approach. We'll come in slightly smaller size. Just try to see if we can get a good gauge on what's going on with the momentum, and then from there we'll look to be on the offensive. I still haven't sized up because, to be honest, I don't really like what we're seeing for this momentum. I think it's been decent. I think it's been really great in pre-market, but into the open, I feel like we're still, kind of not really there, right? HKD really good, but when it comes to spreads, in terms of scalping, right? In terms of scalping, because that one, of course, has been great. We had like a $15 share move, right? So we're seeing great entries for those longer hold times, but when it comes to like quick scalps, not so much. Spreads are a little too big. Even on the other ones where it's cheaper, we're seeing the halt levels being very tight. It's a little tricky. So CTMX looks like it'll be in play tomorrow. We'll see how this one does. It did move up here in after hours. High of 302, and looks great. But yeah, guys, hit that thumbs up button. If you're a new viewer, consider subscribing. We'll be live tomorrow morning around 9 a.m. Eastern time. So be sure to subscribe, turn on the notifications, and get ready for another beautiful day. So far, we're off to a good start in the year. Tomorrow, we're going to look to try and get green. And what happened on HKD should never really happen. Being down $400 on small size is quite atrocious. So we got to make sure that does not happen too often here this year. And we'll have a really good year going. So yeah, take it easy, guys. Stay safe, stay green. It's been Relentless Trader. And I am, of course, signing out.